Your team's daily stand-up is probably the most expensive meeting on the calendar. 5 people, 15 minutes, every single morning. That's over an hour a day of payroll going into someone saying, "Yesterday I worked on the dashboard." And honestly, nobody's listening. There's a quieter way to do this now. Salesforce rolled out an AI agent that lives directly inside Slack, not a separate app, not another tab, and once you set it up, it handles the stand-ups, the channel catch-ups, and the task tracking that usually eats your morning. I've been running it for a few weeks on a small remote team, and I want to walk you through exactly what it does well, where it gets weird, and how to set it up. First, the problem. If you run a small business or work on a distributed team, your day probably starts the same way. You open Slack and there are 40 unread messages across 6 channels. Someone tagged you in a thread from yesterday. Marketing dropped a launch update at 2 a.m. their time. Your contractor needs feedback on something. Before you've even had coffee, you've burned 30 minutes just figuring out what happened while you were asleep. The Slack AI agent is built specifically for this, the in-between work. The reading, summarizing, nudging, and tracking that nobody wants to do but everyone has to. It's not going to write your strategy doc, but it can shave a real chunk off the admin layer. Let's get into the setup. Step 1. Turn on the AI agent in your workspace. Go to your Slack workspace settings, click into the AI section, and you'll see options for Slack AI and the Agent Force agent if you're on a Salesforce connected plan. Toggle it on. Heads up, this is a paid add-on for most plans, so check what tier you're on first. Once it's active, you'll see a small sparkle icon in your Slack sidebar and a new Ask the Agent option in the message composer. Quick caveat. The agent only sees channels and DMS that you have access to. So if you set it up in a private channel your team isn't in, it won't help anyone else. Put it where the work actually happens. Step 2. Automate your stand-up. Create a channel called something like Daily Stand-up. Then in that channel, ask the agent to set up a recurring prompt. The wording I use is something like, every weekday at 9 a.m., ask each member of this channel what they worked on yesterday, what they're doing today, and any blockers, and post a summary at 9:30. The agent will run that as a workflow. Each person gets a private DM, types a quick reply, and the agent rolls everything up into one clean post in the channel. No Zoom call. No "can you hear me?" No waiting for the one person who's always late. Is it perfect? No. It struggles when someone writes a paragraph instead of bullet points. The summary gets vague. So tell your team to be brief. 2 lines per question. Step 3. Channel summaries. This is the feature that genuinely changed my mornings. Open any busy channel, click the sparkle icon at the top, and ask what happened here since yesterday. The agent reads the thread history and gives you a bulleted recap. Decisions made, questions still open, things tagged to you. For a launch channel with hundreds of messages, this is the difference between catching up in 2 minutes versus 20. A tip: be specific with your time window. Since I was last active works better than recently. And if you want it to flag action items only, ask for that explicitly. Otherwise, it'll summarize everything, including the off-topic GIF war from Tuesday. Step 4. Task tracking. This is where it gets interesting for small teams that don't want to pay for a separate project management tool. You can ask the agent to extract tasks from a thread and turn them into a list. Something like, pull every action item from this channel this week and show me who owns each one. It builds a tracker right in Slack. You can then ask it later, what's still open from last week, and it'll cross-reference what got done. It's not a replacement for Asana or Linear if you have a real engineering team. But for a 5-person remote crew running on Slack and Google Docs, honestly, it's enough. Let me show you what a real day looks like. 9 a.m. I open Slack. The stand-up is already posted. I read it in under a minute. I see one person is blocked on something I can unblock, so I DM them. 9:05. I hit the sparkle icon on our client projects channel. The agent tells me a contractor delivered the first draft overnight and is waiting on feedback. I would have missed that for hours scrolling manually. 11 a.m. I'm about to jump on a sales call. I ask the agent to summarize the prospect's last 3 messages so I'm caught up. 2 seconds. Done. 4 p.m. Before I log off, I ask the agent for any tasks assigned to me this week that I haven't responded to. It catches one I'd forgotten about. Across a week, that kind of thing adds up to less time on Slack admin and more time on actual work. I'm not going to give you a specific number. Your mileage will vary depending on how messy your workspace is. But it's noticeable. A few honest trade-offs before I wrap. The agent occasionally hallucinates context, especially in long threads with quoted replies. Always sanity check before you forward a summary to a client. It also doesn't handle voice huddles or Canvas docs as well as it handles plain text. And the privacy question is real. Your messages are being processed by an AI model, so check your company's policy before you turn this on for sensitive channels. If this saved you some scrolling, hit like and subscribe. I cover this kind of practical AI workflow stuff weekly. And drop a comment with your biggest Slack workflow challenge. The annoying repetitive thing you wish you could automate. I'll pick a few and build a follow-up video around them. See you in the next one.